EDLL Synthesis Project by Tryon. Balanced literacy in writing. Balanced literacy in writing includes shared writing, interactive writing, and independent writing. Shared writing is when the teacher composes and vocalizes her thoughts while writing in front of her students. The students will help the teacher compose a text. In my kindergarten placement, I see this every day. Mrs. McDonald will read a book aloud, and she will write a sentence with her students on the anchor chart. The students are usually focused and love writing as a class. Interactive writing is when the teacher allows students to participate in the writing process. Mrs. McDonald will sometimes call up students to fill in the blanks of the anchor chart with their own writing. This really gets the students involved and they love putting in their own ideas. Independent writing is when the student works on their own and the teacher will assist if needed. Mrs. McDonald would have the students draw a picture and then call her over and they can tell her the sentence that they want to write. We would draw the blanks for each word and each child would be left to write on their own. These steps are the foundations of writing. Writing workshop components. Many lessons played a huge role in this course. Planning a successful mini lesson with the mentor text, introduction, activity, and writing time was tough at first, but became natural at the end. My mini lessons with Uriah always started with the mentor text that interested her and modeled what we were learning that day. After reading, we would discuss and do a quick activity. These activities really got her thinking. I would do these activities with her to model shared writing and help her if needed. Next, we would do independent writing. Uriah was able to apply what she learned into her own writing and come up with her own ideas. Having a strong mini lesson was one of my main takeaways from this course and something I'll use forever. All of the components add into building block of writing. Writing process stages. Pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing, and sharing are all components of the writing process stages. These components are something I've been taught since my elementary years and have used in my writing since. Jariah and I went through this process while writing her story. Jariah had many ideas during her pre-writing stages, and once we had narrowed down a topic, we started drafting. After 3 weeks, she decided she wanted to change her topic. It was a great opportunity to explain that writers change their ideas all the time, and that we get to start over the process again. We started drafting again and then went to revising, which is when we were able to move around our sentences and compose the order of our story. We then edited and fixed all the mechanics and published and shared. Jariah was so excited to share her published work. She worked hard during all stages of writing and she was proud of her story, and I was proud of her as well. Next is the 6 traits of writing. The 6 traits of writing include organization, voice, word choice, sentence fluency, and conventional writing. Teaching many lessons over all these traits really opened my eyes to how important these traits are and how you can teach them in many different ways, depending on your student and your class. Helping Jariah choose strong words, show attitude in her writing, and help her story flow really improved her writing. These 6 traits are important to teach all students. The components will impact their writing forever and will lay down a strong foundation. My favorite mini lesson we did with Jariah was over sentence fluency and sentence structure. We did this lengthy activity to vary our sentence length, and Jariah loved it. After going over this trait of writing, Jariah was able to practice sentence fluency and structure in her own writing. It really showed in her story, and I was so proud. The past 4 slides have played a huge role in learning and will impact my future teaching. Using all the components in this semester with Jariah and observing them in my kindergarten placement really showed me how they all flow together and build strong writers. Without balanced literacy, writer's workshop, stages of writing, and the 6 traits of writing, we would not be able to build and teach our students strong writing skills. These components and resources are things I will use in my classroom forever.